Hello there, YouTube. What is going on now here? It's me, Gabriel Nagle, founder of Weather Buddies Forecasting Central. How are you guys doing? If you guys have a fantastic day, great. We are doing a U.S. weather forecast. If you guys like weather-related content and you love these videos, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, give the video a thumbs up, and share the video with your family and friends. And let's not forget, ring the bell notification icon. And so if you want to, feel free to subscribe to my Patreon page. Alright, let's get started with this U.S. weather forecast. Alrighty everyone, as you guys can see here, here's our U.S. weather extended forecast as of today. So that would be valid through this evening into tomorrow, basically June 11th, 2021. Semi-active pattern returning. Also return of the southwest monsoon. Could be potential there. So we're only going to work on one model system here because pretty much all the models are in full agreement right now. So as for right now, the models are agreeing. So let's go ahead and move on to GFS here. So as you guys can tell, really across, let's say, Iowa, Wisconsin, and northwestern Illinois, you guys could be seeing some light showers this evening into tomorrow morning. Also for the Carolinas, where they really need it right now, they could be getting some rain. As in, there's a little gap in here, which could potentially a couple of thunderstorms pop up in this gap for tomorrow. But again, area worth watching. But like I said, let's keep an eye on it. Also, look at the northwest, getting some much needed rain. I'm actually kind of glad they've been getting rain at this time of year, because they usually do not get moisture flowing at this time of year. It's very rare for them to see that. But the only reason for that is because, again, they're getting a lot of the jet stream is like going like this, like a ridge, like right over here, right over the southwest, while there's let's say a little bit of troughing right up in the northeast. But as far as I know, the jet stream is definitely shooting moisture into the northwest right now. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Okay, as you guys can see, a couple of thunderstorms building up in there in the Ohio Valley, really in the northern Ohio Valley. As you guys can see down here in the mid-south and southeast, you guys getting some thunderstorms. Right now, there is a tropical system looming towards the end of these model runs down here in the Caribbean and Gulf. Expected to go somewhere like this way or this way, but right now, this moment in time, we do not, my confidence in that storm is really low. As you can see, the little complex of thunderstorms in western Texas and the border of Texas and New Mexico. That is kind of interesting. Also, got some good little showery activity going, like some garden variety thunderstorms there in the Carolinas and Georgia area. Also, there's another little deep trough that's going to dive in, a little short wave. It's going to go eject all the way off the Canadian prairie again, so worth watching to keep an eye out on it. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Here we go on the next slide for June 14th. This will be June 14th, Monday. I have to think there for a second because I was looking for the day here. Okay, so this will be Monday, June 14th. So this will be right after this weekend, guys. As you guys can see, you could be seeing some potential return of some little clipper systems. They're in the very upper parts of I would say the Red River, and also in parts of what I like to call Michigan, or the Glove State, where they're really dry right now. So guys could be getting a little bit of activity here in Pennsylvania. Can't say the Virginias and the Carolinas. They're gonna be dry this particular day, but just south of you guys can be getting some thunderstorms in Florida. As for parts of the southwest, nothing yet, but we could be seeing some monsoon return. And the reason why I pointed that out, look down here. Look at that! Wow. It's going to be worth watching for next week. By the way, if I do get the monsoon party going on next weekend, we'll be doing it online. But you guys, I think, are really going to have lots of fun. That's why I want you guys to see if you can support my Patreon page. Again, you don't have to if you don't want to, but let's move on from here. Okay, Some return of moisture again to the northwest, steadily coming down. As for the Dakotas and Minnesota, nothing right now. Doesn't look too promising for you guys, unfortunately. This moisture is really only going so far to the north because you're getting a lot of troughs up here, while you're getting a big little ridge right over Utah. And as the consequence of that, you really don't get the Gulf to open up and go this far north. You know what I mean, or this far north into the Dakotas and like Minnesota region. So I am concerned for flash drought, really, eastern Dakotas and the Minnesota region. Let's move on now to the next slide here. As we go on to the next slide, though you could potentially see some more potential severe weather that could break out really in the Nebraska and South Dakota area, while as along the south here, really the mid-south, where they really don't need any more rain except for, well, east of Louisiana they do need it, but west of Louisiana you guys really don't need it anymore. Really west of New Orleans. So New Orleans is like our dividing line right there. And you guys, you just don't need any more of this. It's bad, and for a tropical system, for hurricane season, it's going to be above average this year. That's not good news. The Atlantic hurricane season, by the way. Also for the desert southwest, nothing out of the ordinary yet, but you guys will start to see that here soon. As for the Pacific Northwest, still guys getting some return of moisture. As for the Northeast, much needed rain for you guys there in Maine and the interior New England states. As for the Ohio Valley and Ohio itself, nothing much going on right now. So let's move on to the next slide here. On the next slide, this will be next Wednesday. It's starting to get a little something interesting there. Getting a little indice there, some monsoon return. As for the Northwest, it starts to quiet down. As for the Southeast here, guys, look at this. More returning of moisture. Look at you guys from Florida there. You guys could be getting some more moisture. That's good news for you guys. Definitely for you guys there in Florida, especially in the Miami and some of those further down south cities there. You guys could really use it right now. But can't overdose it because the problem is hurricane season is expected to be above average this year in the Atlantic. As for guys can see, there is a bit of evidence of a bit of a tropical system forming there in the Caribbean. Again, where I mentioned previously. Okay, so guys, just be careful and be weather ready and aware for the system if it happens. By the way, the name of this next tropical system will be Tropical System Billy or Hurricane Billy, depending on what kind of rank it'll get. This, like I said, the uncertainty is still really high on the storm, but it's still looming there in the models. Again, as for Mexico right there, you guys can see some return of the monsoon trying to make a return. On to the next slide now. Well, would you look at this? Still semi-active, not really much going on right now, but this could be good news. You guys there in the Dakotas and really in the Red River Valley, or Red River of the North, I should be saying, blah. Excuse my grammar there. Red River of the North, you guys could be getting a little bit of rain. Let's hope that happens because it's been forecast to happen for a while now. I know the Dakotas did get some rain, so that's good. Eastern Montana, where they really needed it, but that turned out to be a really bad disaster for some of those cities in the area. As for this, is that tropical system area of concern. This could result in be Tropical System Billy if it pans out correctly, weather conditions are right. Also, if you look at the desert southwest, including Mexico and Arizona, could be seeing some monsoon finally making a little bit of a return there. As for the Northeast, you guys will be drying up. Ohio Valley will be drying up. Most of the Corn Belt really dry. I drew that on the wrong spot of the Corn Belt, but most of the Corn Belt is going to be really dry. And other than that, kind of quiet for right now on this particular day. This will be Thursday of next week. I think I have one more day to display here. Let me see here. Yeah, I believe this is my last day, you guys. So just hang with me here, and then I got my two own forecasts. My typical, what I like to call outlooks, extended outlooks I make for the U.S. And we'll go region by region for you. Okay, so look at this, guys. that could be much needed for that area. Iowa could really use it. Wisconsin could really use it. Minnesota probably could be right on the edge of that, but could be possible. Again, models have been hinting for this for a while now. It's worth watching. Here's that potential tropical system, cyclone. And then you got really nothing in the northeast. Return of monsoon trying to get going. So again, for the desert southwest, they got some monsoonal moisture trying to make a return there in the desert southwest. As for the northeast, nothing. Ohio Valley, nothing. Unfortunately for Michigan, there always seems to be a problem with either Michigan or Minnesota or Wisconsin. There always seems to be some sort of issue. It's either these states are battling one each other out or something. But again, just a little weather humor, you know. Okay, so moving on to our... There it is, Precipitation Outlook. As you guys can tell, I made this handcrafted by me. For the most of the south, really south of that line, you're going to experience a lot more moisture. You could experience drier than normal conditions here in this area. I did bring this in the Red River in the north because of that little complex of storms that again was noted in the last two slides. That's the reason why, but the confidence for that area is still low, but it's possible. As for the northwest, you guys will be active. So for, let's just say, Washington and Oregon, you guys can be active for the next 5 days. No, I shouldn't be saying that far out. Next 4 days, excuse me. Fortunately, Dakota's probably not going to see much. But again, you could get a complex or two in this area. Below average, I did extend a little bit further to the east because the complex of storms that I'm seeing is only going to last like a couple of hours. Okay, so it's not going to be like those long-lived duration, high severe weather events, but could get like us something out of that. As for the southwest, there's the return of the monsoon. Get ready for, let me redraw that area for you. As for the four corners in the southwest, you guys can get a little bit of return of some monsoon moisture. As for the mid-south, really above average. Could be just like I said, scattered in nature thunderstorms right there. As of Florida and really north of, I'd say, Tampa. Let me review that again. I'd say north of Tampa and north of the believe the I-4 corridor, you guys could be getting some good showery thunderstorms. North of that interstate, again, you guys can get showers, some good thunderstorm activity. South of, I would say, the Virginias, you guys could be getting some good shower activity. Again, I'd say the main target area for the precipitation outlook is Georgia, the Carolinas. Okay, let's move on to the next slide here. This will be our last and final slide. Okay, this is our temperature outlook. Here we go. As you guys can tell, the Northeast and the Midwest could experience some cooler than normal conditions. This ain't going to be by far, like 20 to 30 to 40 degrees below normal, but it is going to be about 2 to 5 degrees below normal, especially in these darker shades. As for the desert southwest, oh boy, it could be scorching, it could be on some flames. But that, my friends, right there could be a return of the monsoon as well. So the monsoon likes to do that. It likes to start off really hot in these regions, and then it'll start to return in that moisture underneath this big area of ridge of high pressure that forms in this area. Let me redraw those drawings for you. But a big ridge forms like right here, usually on average, and forms like that, and it goes, literally spins like just really north of the Colorado border there. As again for the northwest, could be normal. Like I said, could be getting equal chances for California. Nothing really too extensive. As for, like I said, desert southwest, again, getting really hot. As the Ohio Valley and stuff like that, you guys can be experiencing some cooler than normal. For Florida, I'd say about normal, slightly above average. As for these white regions, these are equal chances. And yeah, Iowa could be experiencing equal chances again. That's good, but I don't like the looks of this for the for the Dakotas. I don't like. Oops, let me click on that. I don't like the looks of that for the Dakotas. This has me really concerned right now. I know they had a nice squall line just go through this area and kind of correct a little bit of drought. But it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough for these areas, and really, as far from Minnesota, I did make a little error here, guys. I apologize for that. But as far as for Minnesota, I don't know what to say about you guys. Wisconsin and Michigan, unfortunately, you guys aren't gonna get much rain either. The well below normal temperatures that could help a little bit exceed some of the evaporation rates. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. But that is our weather forecast, our U.S. weather forecast, and I really hope you enjoy this. If you guys do like weather-related content, again, I'll explain this one more time, and like I do in all my videos. If you guys love weather-related content, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and share the video with your family and friends. And let's not forget to ring that bell notification icon. And if you feel in your heart to donate to my Patreon page, feel free. May God bless you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Alright.